Hi, I am talking to y'all on Friday. I started to say September. I just had a coworker talking to me about September dates. I'm talking to you in August on the 7th. I have been trying to do the thing I said I was going to try to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, skipping eating. It worked fine some days. I was pretty hungry though. I say it worked fine, but I was pretty hungry a lot of those days. So I was kind of considering maybe I should do dry fasting instead of drinking water on those days. And it was, I think I already put this in a separate video, that there was a day that was a Monday that I just went ahead and ate that evening. So I got to fast up to a certain point on Monday evening, but I just didn't take it out to the next morning till Tuesday morning. Now this most recent thing was a Wednesday. I did it on Monday, pretty hungry all day. And also I've had some days that I've had a lot of brain fog when I was trying to figure out in my own memory just what the heck is going on. Am I supposed to be eating today? Am I not supposed to be eating today? I've had some kind of down moments quite a few times lately. Not for a whole day, but just thinking, trying to think through, what am I really doing? What's the plan? Where am I on what day of the week it is, and all kinds of crazy crap like that. But anyway, I know today being Friday, this last Monday that just went by, I did stick to the fasting. And I thought, good, I can get back on track. And then Wednesday came around and I was going to skip eating, and no. I started out with that dry fasting idea that morning. That was the first day I tried. Just don't even have anything to drink this morning. And even without having had any fluids, I was just feeling like I was so hungry. Just incredible hunger pains. It was a lot. And I thought, okay, well, if I can't do it, I can't do it. And I ate just an incredible serving of brisket on Wednesday that I always have from 11 until noon as a time that's open in between students, sometimes just for driving the whole time, but usually some extra time that I can use the restroom somewhere, or maybe I can get a bite to eat some of those times. And obviously if I plan well enough and I bring food, then I can have whatever I brought with me sometime during that time period. And I also every day almost would always have from 2 to 3 in between students that is the same way. Sometimes it's all driving, but usually there's a little bit of extra time, or sometimes a lot of extra time within that hour. Anyway, Wednesday, after my first student was done at 11 o'clock, I was like, no way, I'm not doing this today. And I had this incredible serving of brisket at a place I'd been wanting to try for months and months, even though I almost never eat out, and I don't even recommend people ever eat out. I finally tried the brisket at the Smokin' Ox in Winter Haven, Florida, and it was fantastic. I was able to order just the brisket, not get any kind of sides or anything. I got a free cup of the soda water, bubbly water. And the serving, I think that was a half a pound of brisket, was in the end after tax like 13 something. And it was fantastic. It was so good. So I really enjoyed that. Fatty brisket. They offered fatty or lean. I'm always going to ask for fatty since I seem to need so much fat in my diet. And I forget what I ate for dinner Wednesday night, but I have been eating through eating on Wednesday and eating on Thursday. I know at least between the 2 days, it did include a bunch of cheese, more than I would usually have when I have cheese. And then today I was going to not eat again. It's Friday. It's a non-eating day, supposedly. And it started while I was driving to my first student in the morning. Oh my goodness. It was like 8:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock, somewhere in that range. I felt like I was starving to death again. I thought, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I have not had anything to drink yet today, and I have not had anything to eat yet today, and I'm in that point between 11 and 12 that I could choose to eat. I don't know if I should. Can't make up my mind. So who knows what I'm going to do here in a moment when I'm done making a video. But also, here's a weird thing. I had gone to Publix once in a blue moon, and over months and months I hardly ever did it, to weigh myself at the one. I try to do it always at the same Publix store that's nearest to my house. So then a couple of times since I started doing this, I'd done it, and I knew from a high point of 249 that I had gotten down to 240 pretty quickly right after I started doing this. But maybe there was a day that it was not quite down to 240, and another few days later it was down to 240. And then I had a couple of times that I went in to weigh myself, and I was actually back up a little. I was like between 240 and a half and 242. Those other 2 times I weighed myself. I don't remember the exact, like which date, which number, but was up in that range. And I thought, I don't know if the dry fasting will do better for that. It would. Usually it would if you are a person who does extended fasting. Dry fasting takes weight off faster. But I don't know what the way I'm doing this right now. Plus I was working out the fact that I'm getting hunger pangs and how strongly I'm getting them. And I don't know how that affects anything, that, you know, if there's any correlation between how much hunger I'm feeling versus losing. And so anyway, this morning on the way in, right before these hunger pangs started, I saw that I am down to 238. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of weird that I ate on Wednesday and now I'm lower. At least it would seem weird from a conventional mindset. And even though I don't have a conventional mindset at all, most of the time I'm certainly prone to overthinking everything and thinking the wrong things about things in regards to weight, when I'm like, I just can't live with this. I can't be this heavy. So maybe it makes perfect sense that I needed to eat, and I ate, and the body did what it needed to do over these last couple of days. But either way, I was down to 238, and I certainly need to get a whole lot lower than that. And then I have to figure out if I'm eating today, and maybe it's just dry fasting up to a certain point in time and then eating, and it may or may not be a long window, or maybe it's just waiting until tomorrow morning. I'm fine at the moment. I feel hungry. I feel like I want to eat, but I don't have that sort of what people call a hunger pang right now, which I had all those other times. I'm saying pang, P-A-N-G. Some people say that. And some people just call them pains. Either way, they are painful when they're that intense. It is quite painful, actually, the way it was this morning. And what I had been noticing on the days that I was having anything I wanted to drink, as far as waters and slightly flavored waters, was anytime I took a sip of water, especially a lot of times I'd have a pretty good, like a few gulps or whatever, like more than just a little sip, then I would feel incredibly hungry as the fluid was in the stomach right away. You know, right away I'd start getting that sensation from that. So the dry fasting would seem like it ought to be easier. It is kind of weird that I was feeling that way without having had anything to drink today. And I don't know what it all means, but I just wanted to say it before I get another moment of brain fog and don't even know the things I just said. That part's bad sometimes. Oh, it's so bad some days. But God keeps staying with me, and when I'm with my students, I usually can function and do my job and keep everybody safe, thank goodness. I get a certain amount of focus God gives me each day. Trying to use it in the right ways. I need more of it. I'm going to keep praying for more. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good day.